Welcome to today's session, Loyalty Unlocked from Insights to Impact, Measuring ROI and the Power of KPIs. In this session, we will explore why loyalty success must be measurable and how KPIs and ROI help turn loyalty programs into real business drivers. But first, who am I? I am Lukas and Senior Digital Consultant at diva-e. With 7 years of experience, I primarily support our retail and manufacturing clients in developing and implementing tailored customer experience, omnichannel, and commerce excellence initiatives. And who and what is diva-e? We are one of Germany's leading end-to-end full-service providers for digital solutions and support our clients across the entire digital value chain, from strategy and development to the implementation and operation of customized digital and commerce platforms. And when it comes to loyalty and customer engagement, we've helped several leading brands turn their visions into reality and make them profitable. So let's kick off. We start with a simple truth. Loyal customers drive sustainable growth. Retaining and growing existing customers is often more profitable than acquiring new ones. Loyalty is therefore not just a nice to have, it's a strategic growth lever. Research shows a 5% increase in retention can boost profits by 25 to 95%. It costs up to 7 times more to acquire a new customer than to keep an old one. Strong retention strategies directly impact profitability. And the problem, and despite this importance that I've just mentioned, many companies do not systematically measure loyalty performance. Loyalty efforts often exist, but without tracking. Their true effectiveness basically remain unknown, but we cannot manage what we do not measure. And therefore, KPIs are the backbone of effective loyalty strategies and bring visibility and accountability to loyalty programs. They allow us to define success clearly, otherwise loyalty strategies would remain invisible. They also help us in gaining control and check progress objectively. And last but not least, they help us in continuously optimizing for better results, which is a crucial part. In total, that means without KPIs, loyalty strategies simply remain blind. The key question, how do we know if our loyalty program is working? Not all KPIs are equally meaningful. We must focus on the ones that truly reflect customer behavior and value creation. So the question is, which KPIs are the most significant for measuring the success of your loyalty program? Here we can see some of the most common loyalty KPIs. But what do they all mean? Let's look deeper. For example, customer retention rate measures how many customers stay loyal over time. Redemption rate shows how often loyalty rewards such as points are redeemed. Very important to analyze program engagement. Repeat purchase rate tracks how often customers make additional purchases, which is also very critical for loyalty. The average order value is important to understand the revenue impact per transaction. And of course, customer lifetime value is a key metric for long-term customer profitability. But not every KPI needs to be maximized at once. Different KPIs serve different stages of the loyalty journey. But what is truly important, strong KPIs need strong data. In an ideal scenario, data is centralized via a customer data platform, CDP, as it helps unify different sources for better, faster, and more accurate insights and serves as a kind of quality gate. The unified customer profiles from all channels help when it comes to KPIs in especially getting unified customer insights, but also customer lifetime value and predictive loyalty scores. And in case no CDP is existing, data needs to be sourced from CRM systems. So when it comes to customer profiles and purchase history, for example, sourced from loyalty platform when it's about points activity and rewards, web and mobile analytics when it's about understanding online behavior, page views, app usage, conversion rate, but also the engagement rate, to, for example, analyze activity levels or churn prediction, point of sale systems, so transactional data, for example, to to be used to understand average order value or also offline purchase frequency, and also very traditional source customer feedback in terms of satisfaction scores or qualitative feedback, which then allow us to be to analyze net promoter scores or also identify indicators for churn risks. So as you can see, there are different data sources with different data points that then help us at different KPIs or to analyze different KPIs. The data also helps us when bringing theory to action in our data-driven loyalty approach, which is consisting of 5 different steps. Step 1 is set clear goals, meaning setting clear business and strategic loyalty goals. So aligning loyalty with business outcomes. Step 2 is defining loyalty specific KPIs. So make goals measurable and also the actions that we're doing. Step 3, capture the right data, what we just talked about. Ensure data availability from different sources and also, very important, data quality. Step 4, use this data, analyze it and interpret it, meaning turn data into actionable insights, which then leads to the final step, act and optimize. Use the actionable insights and implement improvements and measure again. Because what is important, loyalty management must be an ongoing cycle. It is not a one-time project. And to make this a little bit more tangible, we prepared a little practical example on a high level to explain the different steps in a little bit more detail. So we have the case of a fashion retailer who wants to strengthen its customer loyalty with a loyalty program. And we start off with phase 1, set clear goals. And as we said, we start with business goals. The business goals here is drive sustainable revenue growth through targeted customer loyalty initiatives. And from that, strategic loyalty goal got derived. So increase customer retention and deepen customer value through a structured loyalty program that boosts repeat purchases, program engagement, and customer lifetime. This is the absolute basis. And from then we head over to phase 2, define loyalty specific KPIs to actually measure our performance and see if we can achieve those goals. We make use of the following KPIs: repeat purchase rate, customer lifetime value, average order value, redemption rate, and the churn rate for loyalty members. To actually be able to analyze those KPIs, we then need to get into phase 3, capture the right data. And to actually be able to analyze all of those different KPIs, we, for example, need the purchase history, which is required for repeat purchase rate and customer lifetime value. We need transaction values that are required for average order value and customer lifetime value. We need point transactions, which are required for the redemption rate. Activity data, which we, for example, get out of web and online analytics, which are required for the churn rate. And also historical customer relationships, which allow us to actually get even more accurate customer lifetime value insights. And when we have all of the spaces, we get into the analyzing mode. So for example, a step could be comparison of repurchase rates and average order value between loyalty and non-loyalty customers, or analysis of which reward offers lead to a higher engagement. There would be in practice, there are far more analysis steps, but it should just give you a little insight into how this could look like in this phase. On the other hand, what insights could we then get out of those analysis? For example, it could be members with regularly redeemed points by 25% more often. This could be an insight that gets in that we could get. And in the end, in this stage, we have a lot of different analysis steps and then also a lot of different insights. As mentioned, the one I'm just telling you now are limited as it's just about actually making our process, our approach more tangible for you. And last but not least, when we got the analysis done, plus got a set of different insights. We then move further and get into the action and optimization with different measures. For example, the introduction of an early engagement reward, meaning customers receive double points for their first redemption within the first 90 days. Or segmented communication. Inactive members receive targeted reactivation campaigns. We can also do A and B testing of new rewards to increase average order value. All of those different measures then count into the targets that we have on the short-term basis, increase in points activation, and on a long-term basis, in increase in retention and sales. And all of this then counts into our initially set business goals, strategic loyalty goals. And as mentioned before, you don't go through this once. You do this regularly in cycles. And to now have a really short visit to the land of AI, I want to show you how AI can help with empowering this process. So let's have a quick look. AI can help in boosting loyalty performance and develop from insights to actionable growth. So first, AI can help in measuring and analyzing data. And second, AI can help in defining and implementing custom fit optimization measures. So basically coming from two different angles, and through that, allowing and enabling, enhancing and strengthening loyalty performance. So what could one or two AI use cases be in those different angles? So for example, in measuring and analyzing data, it could be predictive analytics for churn prediction or retention forecasting. Customer segmentation, when it comes to defining segmentation specific engagement level or purchase behavior, it could be another one. For defining and implementing custom fit optimization measures, there could be something like, okay, one measure would be personalized offer generation or optimal communication timing, next best action prediction, or dynamic content personalization. All this, and especially in combination, would then up level our performance measurement approach to, in the end, strengthen our loyalty performance. But that was just a little bit of inspiration. So jumping back to our initial topic of loyalty performance measuring, there are best practices and common pitfalls when it comes to loyalty performance measuring. And I'm delighted to share the top 5 of them with you. So best practice, for example, is loyalty measurement must not be detached from corporate goals, nor from corporate strategy. Loyalty has to be a fundamental part in the company strategy and also in the corporate goals. Important customer data must be complete, integrated, and accessible. This is a key basis, not just when it comes to the use of AI, but when it comes to our data-driven approach. Data is the absolute fundament and very necessary. KPIs are only valuable if clear optimizations and measures can be derived from them. This is why our approach consists of 5 steps and not ends after the analysis stage. So don't cut it down, go through the whole process from analysis to action and optimization. And then do not stop there, but go through it again and again. Early indicators such as engagement rate and long-term values such as the customer lifetime value must be considered together. And loyalty strategy must be continuously validated and adjusted using new data. For example, the example I mentioned before, A and B testings for new rewards. On the other hand, we've got common pitfalls. For example, counting registrations or app downloads without any real connection to customer value. This is not a KPI. Okay, that's not enough to actually measure the value and also the performance of your loyalty program. KPIs are defined, but no one feels responsible for monitoring, achievement, and optimization. Absolutely. You need clear ownership in your loyalty management and someone that actually takes care of monitoring and then of defining, monitoring, and optimizing KPIs and based off them, the loyalty measures. Poor or incomplete data leads to incorrect analysis and poor decisions. Also very, very fundamental and directly linked to important customer data must be complete, integrated, and accessible. Operational loyalty successes are not translated into financial results. No ROI focus. Absolutely fundamental as well, because also loyalty management and the overall company management is obviously interested in the performance on a financial basis of the loyalty program and if it is profitable and adding financial value or not. And insights from KPI analysis remain theoretical and do not lead to concrete changes. I think there's nothing more to add to that. You need to follow the whole approach and use your data and then insights to actually focus on implementing then optimization measures. And I've mentioned it before, the term of ROI. So from KPIs, you have to evolve to the ROI. So make loyalty success actually tangible, because KPIs measure the operational performance of the loyalty program. They focus on customer loyalty and engagement. So they show activity and behavior, but not yet financial value. Business impact, which is the second part, shows how improved customer loyalty translates into real business outcomes. For example, increased sales or better margins. It demonstrates that loyalty efforts are not only about soft factors, but drive measurable commercial success. And then it leads us to ROI, the return on invest, that quantifies the financial success of the loyalty program. Compares benefits with costs. Costs could be technology, rewards, marketing, and staff, while benefits is additional sales, and provides a clear number to evaluate whether the loyalty investment is profitable or not. In summary, that means KPIs show if customers are engaging. Business impact shows how this engagement affects the business, and the ROI shows whether the investment is financially justified or not. And to dig a little bit deeper into the topic of return on invest, I just wanted to show you, first of all, a practical example, but also how is the return on invest calculated in case you don't know it. I expect all of you to actually know it or be aware of it, but I also didn't want to leave that topic out. So in terms of loyalty, the ROI would be calculated additional sales achieved through loyalty minus costs of loyalty program divided by the costs of loyalty program times 100, which would then result in a percentage. And as mentioned, we've prepared a little example to again make it a little bit more tangible. So for example, the fashion retailer that we talked about before has an increased sales achieved through loyalty program through, for example, repeat purchases, upselling, and higher shopping baskets of 420,000 euros. And on the opposite side, it has cost of the loyalty program for platform, marketing, rewards, and stuff of 300,000 euros. Taking the 420,000 euros minus 300,000 euros and divided by 300,000 euros, you will then get an ROI of 40%. That means for every €1 invested in the loyalty program, the company generates an additional 40 cents of profit. A 40% ROI is a strong and realistic result for loyalty programs, just to mention that as well. And, which is also an important side note, an ROI should be calculated regularly, for example, annually, because costs and customer behavior can change over time. ROI is the final proof that loyalty is not only creating happier customers, but also creating financial value. What I mentioned before, this is especially important for the company's management, obviously. And having all this said, I then want to just summarize everything up in the key takeaways for unlocking loyalty success. So, to start off, loyal customers are a key driver of sustainable business growth. Measuring loyalty success requires clearly defined KPIs aligned to business goals. Strong data foundations are essential for reliable KPI tracking. A strategic data-driven approach connects loyalty KPIs to tangible business impact. The return on invest quantifies the financial success of loyalty investments. And continuous measurement, learning, and optimization turn loyalty into a real growth engine. And while loyalty program performance is crucial, as we've discussed today, it is one dimension of a truly successful loyalty initiative. Another key dimension includes the strategic and technological maturity of your loyalty initiatives, as well as the design and structure of your rewards and engagement mechanics. So basically, finding out how mature is your loyalty program. And therefore, we have developed a loyalty maturity quiz that assesses your loyalty initiatives across different dimensions, such as structure, reward systems, and technology. Do you want to find out how mature your loyalty initiatives are and receive suitable measures based on it to reach the actual next level? Then put your customer loyalty program to the test by just scanning the QR code for it. We are very much looking forward to hearing from you. And now, coming to an end, if you have questions or want to dig deeper on any of the topics, please feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, or just contact me via email with the email address mentioned on the bottom right. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.